Alright. Bit of a different time of day today. This is an early morning recording. Usually I do them in the afternoon or in the evening kind of thing, but no, a bit of an early one. I got up, well, I say early. It's like 7:30 in the morning right now. Got up at like 5:30. Got my full 8 hours, so I'm chilling. Feeling good. Got some cleaning up done, so, can't complain. But yeah, I seen a vid that I kind of wanted to talk about. It kind of made me, it made me think a little bit. But it was talking about like the TikTokification of stuff, and I think it was a bit of propaganda because I feel like it's more a social media in general thing, and could even be media before it, but just like it was talking about how people, instead of like having thoughts, feeling what they're feeling, and like having thoughts about what they're feeling kind of thing, now everything just gets turned into content. And I guess there's less introspection about, our thoughts and what we think and what we feel, and it turns into content. But a sentiment that I really rocked with Dualistic Unity, the DU podcast, for, was them talking about how, using the system against itself and kind of using social media to find like-minded people who also, might not like the system or not like the way that things are. Sorry. I know that's a fucking hand symbol. I've been getting too far into the, like Freemason shit. All that. But that's a whole nother rabbit hole, and that's like, I don't know, that's kind of part of the problem, because I feel like, what am I trying to say here? I don't know, I feel like the things like that, it's like, sure, there might not be a global cabal or a group of people getting together coming up with the plan for the world necessarily. There is the World Economic Forum, and we know that Freemasonry exists, and I have videos saved on Instagram, like I was looking on stream yesterday in my theories folder, of these huge theaters just packed to the fucking gills with Freemasons, and all the guys wearing their fancy get-ups and shit. But it's just like, oh, so these people are finding ways to come together, find like-minded people. Most of it has to do with money or finding, like, groups of people, right? But I don't know, I see all these groups of people, or, like, thinking about the trucker convoy. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing something about how the organizers of that were even, I can't remember if they were Freemasons or if it was, a different organization. But yeah, just, I don't know, it makes me curious, like, how people find others. Like, I don't know, you kind of need social media now to connect with people. Sure, you can go out and talk to people on the street, but the chances of you finding a like-minded person are a lot lower. Sure, you can go to places where you could find someone with common interests, but I don't know. And maybe that's part of it too. Maybe we are finding too many like-minded people through social media, that it's just continuing the echo chamber, right? It makes me think, and hopefully, I like making these episodes because it helps me get thoughts off my brain. But it's also like, I don't know, I feel like I have to say this just as a form of, like, self-advertising, whatever, but if you rock with the podcast or the content that I'm trying to make here, follow, drop comments, leave your thoughts. I want to hear from you just as much as I want to share my own thoughts, because that's what it's about, right? And, like, having conversation, realizing, like, I don't know, there are no bad takes, it's more uneducated ones, And for the most part, I feel like if more people were educated, not necessarily scholastically through school necessarily, but just like educated on the fact that we do have more similarities than differences, and there's not like, I don't know, it's like Danny Jones talks about on his podcast, the Danny Jones podcast, right? I highly suggest checking him out because he's the new Joe Rogan in my opinion. But he always tells a story of his friend who talks about the Wawa theory. In Canada, we don't have Wawa, like Walmart or Circle K theory, I guess. But like, just the fact that if you go out into the real world, you see the chick with the dyed hair holding the door open for the old veteran or the guy with the mega cap, whatever it is. But it's like, man, I don't know. It's not what it seems to be online. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the time we get this propaganda or just shit pushed at our face by people who truly don't care about the content that they're making, or they're trying to purposely put it up for to get a reaction, to get people upset or riled up or arguing in the comments. And then, you know, there's a complete opposite where I've seen creators post content and then they go, oh yeah, I'm realizing like I posted something that incited that kind of emotion and the fighting and the quarrels in the comments, and then they either turn the comments off or just delete the video entirely because it's not worth it. When you're a real person, it's like, why just try to make content that generates hate or anger or like fighting with other people, you know? And it also kind of goes back to what I was saying in the stream yesterday. I uploaded a bit of the VOD from the stream. It's only about half the stream, so if you want to see the full stream, you can go back on Kick, and it should be there for a month, I think. But just the fact that what was I gonna talk about now? Damn, I completely lost the train of thought where I was going. Like, I was talking about the Wawa theory, how stuff isn't as bad online. F6, that's my bad. Maybe it's not worth doing the episodes this early in the morning if I can't, focus my thinking, right? And I had a train of thought that I wanted to go down. That's basically it. But yeah, just using the system against itself, finding like-minded people, but trying to harbor that positivity and that growth in people. I feel like that's so important. And realistically, one of the reasons I'm making these videos is because the post I saw this morning was also talking about how people aren't human anymore because they're just turning all their feelings into content and they're not living their life, right? But it's like, I don't know, is that not part of the human experience to adapt, to go, oh shit, the flower fell off of my papaya guy. That's too bad. Or is it to adapt? Is being human to adapt to your situation and go, okay, well, now we're at a completely different moment in time than we were in the past or any other moment in time. This is most advanced technology has gotten in our lifetimes, or it could have been more advanced in the future and we lost it. We don't know what happened or where it went, whatever. But it's like, why are we not using this to our advantage? One thing that pissed me off too, right, is one of the videos I watched yesterday on stream was one of the Ford CEOs, and he's talking about, it was a guy talking about the Ford CEO and how they went to China and tested a competitor company's EVs, electric vehicles, and how they're scared because they're so much cheaper to produce, probably better quality, honestly. Well, yeah, at this point, honestly, North American shit isn't really that good unless they're putting a decent amount of money into it, because our North American dollar is fucking inflated to shit. But yeah, they were talking about how, they're scared, they're cheaper to produce, probably cheaper to sell as well, I'm pretty sure. and then it's bad for the American market. But I was saying, like, well, okay, we don't have to buy the entire cars from them and sell them on a North American market, but why can't we take some of the information that they have, even buy the information from them, or kind of mirror their production methods, or, like, why can't we learn from them instead of just competing with them, or getting beaten out by them in a competitive sense in the marketplace, right? But it's like, why don't we learn? Why don't we use this innate human ability to adapt and to find find solutions to problems, and problem solve, think through shit. Sorry, I'm getting all jumbled up. Why can't we do that instead of what we've been doing with the competition, with the war, with the, oh, you have this thing, I want that thing. We're not gonna, try and trade or reason for it. We're just gonna come in, invade, and take it. Like, does that not harbor animosity and this, like, hatred for the other side? You know what I mean? And all that shit is so, like, man-made and manipulated, because whether it's just going in to get gold, oil, whatever it is, or it's, planning terrorist attacks or whatever, which 9/11, I can almost 100% say it was at this point. And then they were going to do the same type of shit with Cuba, where they attacked American citizens on American soil, point the finger, and then go, okay, let's invade because they're fucking attacking us. It's like, I guess that works if you can completely eradicate your enemy, and if you want to completely genocide innocent people. But at the end of the day, we live in a world where the borders are pretty hard set. Obviously, people are still trying to change them all the time, but why can't we just say, okay, you have your spot over there, I got my spot over here. We're gonna work to make this spot great. You work to make that spot great, and let's fucking work together to make the whole fucking thing great, right? It's like, the mind is limitless, infinite, right? But the body can only go one step at a time. So why don't we have the goal of growth and unity as people, not just like a unified government, whatever you want to say? Why can't we get together in that sense, rather than Jesus, I'm getting all fucking crossed up in my thoughts. Why can't we have the goal of unity as people? Fuck the government, fuck the one world order, all that shit, but then go one step at a time and go, okay, well, what can we do today to fucking make that happen? Shouldn't have third world countries anymore. Should be on a pretty even fucking plane. And then imagine the type of technology or the type of shit countries like Ethiopia or places in Africa could make if they actually had the same fucking resources and chance as other places. Man, I remember being in like elementary school, early high school, going, damn, I feel like I'm wasting my life. I wish I could just trade with someone from this fucking third world country, that a genius, literally geniuses out there, give them the opportunity to be great in my life, because I feel like I'm wasting it and I can't be that great, or I can't have these thoughts or realizations, whatever it is. But it's like, I guess that's not for me to know, or for me to like decide. I can't just go and trade spots with someone, right? But I guess I can only do as much as I can with my life and my body. But as an artist, like as someone who uses their mind and like their hands to create and build and make shit, it's so hard to look at this, economical capitalistic society, and try to reason with like, okay, these companies, all they want is money, but they're fucking sacrificing the profits they could make to make cheap products that people don't want to buy, or that they have to buy a few times and keep replacing, so then they realize, oh, this thing's shit, then I don't want to buy it anymore. Make good products, sell it to a fucking small market, expand out. If you have good product and then you kind of reach your cap on that, you don't have too many people needing to replace it, okay, try and invent a new product then. Like, just keep trying to innovate. Don't get stuck on the fact like, oh, we have this product, it sells, but now we're reaching a point where people have the product and now we can't sell more. They're just gonna have to buy one when the other one shits the bed, which realistically should last a lifetime kind of thing. Okay, look at making other products, and then, or look at selling to other markets. If you sold to North America, look at the rest of the world, look at all these things. Imagine if all our products lasted a lifetime. What are the other products you could start making then? If you don't have to worry about replacing your fucking iPhone every year, replacing your laptop technology, whatever it is, always upgrading and getting to this next point. Same thing with clothes, same thing. Bro, I've had this fucking hoodie since high school. I'm trying to wear it till I'm fucking 50, 60 years old, if that works. You know what I mean? And then imagine handing down vintage clothes straight off your back to, like, your bloodline, your family, or even just somebody else in the future who's gonna imagine somebody in like 3-4 generations that go, damn, you got a vintage at that time, it'll be vintage Thrasher hoodie with the Japanese text. That was like a limited edition runner. They only printed that from this time to this time. I'd be like, brother, here you go. I didn't even know that shit. So obviously you appreciate this shit more than I do in a way. It's like, I don't mind giving this up for that, because that's worth it. That gives someone a greater feeling at the end of the day than I just get from, oh, it's a hoodie, I rock with it, it's Thrasher, I skate sometimes, I'm not a skater, it is what it is. You could call me a poser, shit. Okay, it's just a fucking brand on a hoodie for me, but I don't want to be going out consuming shit and buying more and more and more, so I'm just gonna rock with it, right? But that's what I was saying, man. Imagine if parents, like, were thinking ahead like that. I seen one post, some guy said, if you have a kid, any toy you buy for your kid, get 2, and then store the other one in a box in the attic, and then when they're older, pop that box open. Bro, you got vintage toys from the year they fucking dropped whatever, still in the packaging, and then you can either keep collecting, you can resell, you can, you know, it's infinite. But when you just give the kid the toy, oh, they're gonna like chew on it, throw it around, play with it, lose it, and then what if you find out in like 10-20 years, you're like, oh shit, that could be worth 10 grand if I kept it in the box, new, sealed, whatever. There you go, you know, you just gotta think ahead. And especially if it's some fucking Hot Wheels, excuse me, like what, $3? Okay, so you spend $6. That ain't that bad if shit's gonna be worth like hundreds or maybe thousands in the future, you know what I mean? Like, shit, I got some comic books I'm trying to hold on to for a while. I think that shit would be pretty sick. I got Pokemon cards I'm holding on to. Oh, you can't even see the binder right now. I've been collecting tins, I've been collecting all kinds of shit, because I know in the future, man, even if Pokemon goes downhill, it's still some retro shit. I still have the memories and nostalgia of that shit from when I was a kid, watching Pokemon with my dad in the living room. We built like the blanket and pillow forts. That is some of the best memories I have with my dad even to this day, because growing up we really didn't do too much together. He was in my life for sure, but he was working a lot, wasn't really the most like I don't know. My parents are very much the type, like, they'll chill with me, they'll play with me a little bit, and then it gets to a point where they gotta do chores, they gotta go to work. Okay, you gotta entertain yourself. So that obviously led to this point where I'm just making content, I'm making art, I'm doing shit for myself, by myself, because that's what I learned as a kid, right? Sure, it was lonely as times as a kid, being told, okay, go entertain yourself, and I'm bored, I'm sad. I don't have siblings. We lived out in the country for a while, so I could go outside or I could go on technology and be connected with people online, right? So I feel like that's a lot of people's situations, right? It's just like looking for that connection, being bored, not knowing what to do, where to go kind of thing, or just not having that like friends or family connection. And then they're going online and shit. But again, why not try to harbor that growth, create something? Sure, you can create relationships and connections through games. Absolutely. You can practice problem solving, reaching goals and all that through video games. Sure. But you don't want to get addicted to just wasting your time, in my opinion. That's always how I feel. And that's why I probably gravitate more to making content, to making art, doing chores, trying to stay clean, whatever. But like really trying to give back to the world, not take more than I'm given, and like I'm doing what I want to do for me by myself. I don't really need anyone else, but I want to build this like community of people who kind of think the same way, or like, you know, the lone wolves, the black sheep, the people who don't like feel like they fit in. Fuck it, let's get the group together. Man, that's what I was trying to do in high school. Started this group, the B.Mob, when I was in Brantford. Now, more north of there. But that was just through high school and elementary school. I was living there, going to school. But in high school, I was thinking up, like, the B.Mob, the Brantford mob, the fucking clique of people who don't fit in, whatever. And then, ironically, the people who feel like they don't fit in felt some sort of way about it and didn't want to be part of the group. So that made me realize it's like, oh, are y'all really outsiders, or are y'all just like, you don't fuck with people so you don't want to be part of shit and you just want to be lone wolf? It's like, okay, fair enough. But at the end of the day, don't just fucking waste your time sitting on your ass doing drugs, making dog shit music, in my opinion. Man, it's like you can put your heart and your soul into some shit, but if it just sounds like you're crying on a hyperpop beat with a shit ton of auto-tune on it, I don't know. Unless the beat carries, it's hard for me to rock with it, honestly. It just, I don't know. But that's a personal taste. That's an opinion. At the end of the day, I made a post saying if you burn a bridge, that's an opportunity to build another one back stronger. I'm not opposed to fucking rebuilding the bridge I burned. But, you know, I want to make sure they're good, they're sober, doing better in their life, actually focusing on important shit and not just wasting that shit going, oh, I can't wait to blow up or be poppin', have clout, whatever it is. Like, man, fuck that shit. I know I'm gonna get there eventually. Fake it till you make it, not fake it like you made it already, right? I know I'm gonna get there eventually. I'll get my flowers, I'll get my respect for my bars and shit, but I'm trying to make good fucking bars worth respecting, not the other way around where you think you're hype and then you make music to match. It's like, no, man, I'm making music with a fucking message, with a point, with a purpose, with passion, so that it lives on. I'm trying to make shit that lives for centuries, brother. I put that in my bars. I want my shit to be around for hundreds of years. You know what I mean? Like, fuck this. Like, people barely listen to tracks for more than like a few weeks, a month at this point. Sure, if you put it on a playlist, you bump to playlists all the time, you can be bumping old tracks, or you can be bumping songs years later, whatever it is, throwbacks, whatever. But like, fuck's sakes, how much music, how much content just goes like one watch? It's like a daily post, you get the watch, and then it's gone. Sure, some people might go through your backlog, catalog, whatever, but man, I don't know. That shit's crazy to me. I'm just letting my fucking thoughts run wild at this point. Getting a little saucy on the vid. What are we going? We got 25 minutes here. Yeah, I might rip another toke and then fuck, because I ripped one before recording. That might be why I'm a little bit spaced out, and it's pretty early morning still. Haven't had brekkie yet. But yeah, might rip a little toke, see what pops in the dome. If nothing pops in the dome, maybe we just end it there, you know? But, what's it? I don't know. I definitely want to keep up on the uploading. Looking at my YouTube right now, I uploaded part of a stream VOD from yesterday, and then another Shit Shootin Gallery Podcast episode. And that's episode 16. But I was thinking about how I'm recording this one right now. I got episode 17 already recorded, ready to go. But I don't want to have too big of a backlog of them. I want these thoughts to be pretty relevant. Sorry, I'm doing that right next to the mic. I want my thoughts to be pretty relevant to around the time that I upload, even though the time of the upload necessarily doesn't matter, because I don't know, when I started this I kept saying like, oh, there's only the present, which is true. I didn't want to like mention the time too much, the time of day or what time of the year, time of whatever it is, but it's like, shit, that's part of it too. And if I can stay on top of uploading and making these kind of recent, or like not like daily uploads, but like upload it maybe the same day I record it type shit, I feel like it has a lot less break between me making the content and you watching the content, right? So I want to keep that connection strong. I want to make it feel like, you know, we are just homies talking together, chilling together, I guess, because I can't really hear the other side unless I'm streaming, which I would highly encourage you to stop by. If you see me streaming, say hey, I'd love to have a little combo. But what's it, where's I going with that? I would like to talk to people, but I want there to be less of a break between, like on YouTube with the podcast, I want it to be less of a break between me making it and the viewer, right? Like you watching it. Because at the end of the day, it's more about the connection than just the views, the stats. Sure, it's nice to see that stuff go up, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing with music. I'm putting the catalog up. I know it's going to get plays eventually, or I'm going to get there eventually, but it's like, fuck, if I sit on 10 to 100 plays on whatever song or video it is, that's still 10 to 100 times somebody watched or listened to the thing, you know what I mean? And 1,000 people doesn't sound like a lot now with social media and all this number, like with the banks and shit, how money's just numbers and all this, ones and zeros. But 1,000 people standing in one place together is a lot of people, man. Think about the last concert you went to, or the last concert you seen people go to. How many physical people were there in person together for one reason, one purpose, to enjoy the show or the music, the movie, whatever it is? But that's still like a lot of people getting together to enjoy something, right? I don't know. Even the Marvel movies, even though they're fucking American war propaganda basically, you know, they're not. I feel like you can get so much more from the sense of unity and the ideals that the heroes talk about and like all this shit, rather than, you know, focusing your time making edits of the fucking heroes or whatever it is. It's like nothing against those people. That's their form of creating, but it's not for me necessarily. And you're just idolizing the actors or the actresses in the roles rather than the actual shit the character is trying to preach, which I feel like is way more important, right? Like, I recorded a track yesterday where I said idols don't mean nothing if they hate you. What's it even matter if you're sitting in that great room? It's like, bro, you could reach the tippiest tip of the tallest mountain. You can be in the greatest of great rooms with the most powerful people on the fucking planet. What does it matter if you don't have connection with them and they really hate you, but they ain't saying it to your face? It's like, that ain't respect. Bruh, I would rather someone hate me and tell me to my face they fucking hate me, because then I could say, hey, fair enough, that's your opinion, peace out, you know what I mean? But if someone's just pretending to be your fucking homie, then you gotta keep playing this game of both pretending, because eventually it gets to the point where I feel like I can see through that shit. Or you get somebody telling you, like, yeah, bro, don't trust that person. They've been talking shit behind your back. And then you go, oh, now I see your true colors. I see you got more than one face. Fuck that person. It's just annoying. It's a fucking waste of time. Why are you playing that game? Because you feel bad about yourself, so you want validation from me, or you feel like I need your validation when it's fake validation. It's like, fuck off, man. I don't need to deal with that shit. You know what I mean? Just be real. What the fuck? I don't know. And if you don't rock with something, say, hey man, I respect that you like that, or I respect that you made that, because that takes time, that takes effort. Or just say it's not for me, it's not my taste, it's not my favorite, but hey, keep grinding, especially if somebody else is making the thing that they're showing you. Just keep going, keep practicing, keep pushing, because eventually you're gonna hit gold. But if you're fucking mining in Minecraft, what's the fucking goal? To hit diamonds. But sometimes you hit the strip mine and you don't find shit. You find some gold, some redstone, some lapis, maybe some emeralds. Pretty nice, pretty nice. But maybe you don't hit diamonds that time. Maybe you hit a sick cave system that leads you to diamonds eventually, but you don't hit it that time. It takes time, man. Fuck's sake. I hope somebody fucking clips that, makes that a fucking meme, like... Oh, that would be jokes. I didn't even think of it until halfway through, and then I started doing it. Hey, yeah, hey, oh, hey. Diamonds are great, but sometimes you don't always hit a diamond, man. Life ain't always about hitting the diamond, but it's about appreciating the diamonds you got. Sorry, I just peeked the fucking mic there. That's my bad. But yeah, that being said, just about hit 32 minutes on the recording here. I appreciate y'all if y'all stuck around this long. If you rock with the sentiment or the things that I'm saying, if this shit makes sense to you, hit follow, hit like, drop a comment, share that shit with someone you care about. And let's perpetuate this growth and positivity mindset and just doing whatever the fuck we want, using the system against itself. I rock with anarchy. Fuck the government. Fuck the government to the people. Fuck the gov and the 1% that's funded. That shit ain't democracy. That's what Karl Marx said. Hey, I'm not a fucking Marxist. I'm not a communist. But at this point, capitalism is fucking communism. So who the fuck's saying that? Get the fuck up my on, man. Yeah. See, this is just me. Living my life, being myself. Fuck the system. And cheers to that. If you're not such your best, be blessed, and I appreciate y'all for being here. It's all love. One love. We're all water. We're all made of the same shit. We all bleed the same colors. Same shit as the universe. We all bleed the same colors. We're all made of water. We're all made of the same shit as the universe. Better order. We are God. Just like we are each other. Just like you are me and I am you. And everything is God. God should be a synonym for everything, and the cycles and the infinity and the death. And I'm gonna say it every time till it fucking happens, man. Cheers, goddammit. Yeah, I might have to start recording more in the mornings if I'm a little more unhinged, you could say. Yeah, I feel like it'd either be early mornings or like late at night. But I feel like middle of the day I'm the most fucking, you know, the most monobrow, whatever. I ain't no highbrow, bro, but you know, I can see the shit. I'm seeing through the smoke and the mirrors. That's like another bar I recorded recently. What's it? The world's wearing makeup. They don't want you looking at this ugly shit they baked up. Or there might be something before that, but maybe something about waking up. The world's wearing makeup. They don't want you looking at this ugly shit they baked up. Because they've been making this shit. I don't know. The CEOs, the motherfucking lobbies of politicians, the politicians themselves. You know, they're all the ones that been fucking up the system, just chasing money, just chasing the bag. But for what? Sorry. What's the point of just chasing the money if you destroy the place where the money's made? Like, bro, this world is heaven or hell, depending on what you make of it. And motherfuckers turn this into their own hell. I'm living in heaven right now. I'm not working. Unfortunately, I'm not making money, so I can't pay my bills. That is not heavenly. But I'm living in heaven right now. I'm not working. I don't gotta deal with bullshit. The people at work, the bullshit that comes along with it, I should say. I'm getting to do my art. I'm getting to make content. Shit's a blessing, you know? But I don't know. I don't have to drag this on too much longer. Might see another episode of the Shit Shootin Gallery posted pretty soon on the YouTube, Aqua.ofs, same as my Instagram. And then on both the videos and my Instagram, I got the link tree in my bio and in the description of the videos, so you can find my other links. You can find all my music. You can find what's in my kick through there. Should also be Aqua.ofs. Same thing with SoundCloud. I think it's just my music on all platforms. It'll be Aquarius of Fallen Snow, because that's like my artist name. So with DistroKid, my distribution, whatever, I put my artist name in, and then it made the Spotify and the YouTube pages for it. So I can't complain. This is more like my personal stuff. Anything with Aqua.ofs. The music still comes from me, obviously. I'm doing it all myself, independent, whatever, but this is more my personal, my thinking, my philosophies. Kinda, I want to put it on video, some sort of hard drive memory. Cause, I don't know, maybe eventually I'll write a book or two. That would be pretty cool, but then I kind of feel like music is that, like, my way of writing, trying to tell my story. If you really listen to the shit from from my early songs to now, bro, you can hear me going through the whole, like, battling with doing the drugs at the start, and now I'm getting past it, and now you can hear me talking about how I used to do the drugs, but I don't need to anymore, and all that shit. It's sick, man. It's great. And if y'all want to help on this journey, kind of perpetuate the growth and the motion, you know, I would really appreciate it. So that being said, I appreciate y'all if you got this far. If you seshed with me, you're a fucking real one. If you didn't, but you sent blessings, you're a fucking real one. But yeah, I appreciate the hell out of y'all, and, you know, all the versions of myself, because that's all it is, right? That being said, I love you. Stay safe. Good luck. Ease.